Hi guys, this is Triptychs here. Before you comment any submissions, it is not allowed anymore as I'm not accepting submissions in the comment section of this video, and I have another way for you guys to submit your maps. There is a Google form in the description of the video and in the pinned comment, and you can submit your obbies there for future episodes. I have been criticized with all of these people just forcing me to do the obby in the next video without reading the policy that I always give them at the start of part 2 and 3. So the submission comments stop now, and now is the time to go into the description or the pinned comment of the video and submit your obby there. On a serious note of this series, I will now enforce a system of rating maps. Therefore, it will be rated on design, gameplay, enjoyability, and BGM if there is any. Also, I would like to acknowledge that there is a flaw where all of the maps in each episode of this series are highlighted competitors for my fan-made FE2 Roblox game, Just Blood Escape, with only one map for each episode being handpicked to be inside the game and converted over. This would be like a highlight system for my fan-made FE2 game. Anyway, that's all for this announcement, and let's get to reviewing the maps. Starting off with the first obby thermal temperature, let's talk about the design. The design of the map is phenomenal, as this takes place in a facility that reaches the peak of heat resulting in thermal radiation. Really nothing else to say because I can only go up a bit in the tower during recording, so I expect the map design to be intricate enough. The gameplay is decent, although I can't really agree to the map difficulty being extreme. It looks more of a divine difficulty to me, since the pacing at the tower is abruptly quick, especially that wraparound before the tower. That's the only gameplay issue I have, even though my skill level is quite low for the tower. I'm able to enjoy the first part of the map, but it is ironic that I can't enjoy the whole gameplay of the map. However, the background music does fit the map though to enhance my experience of parkouring within the map. Moving on to the next obby, talking about detail. This first tower doesn't look appealing to me, even though there is quite some detail there. Try and detail the other two walls. Because when I first played it, some platforms just blend in with the undetailed walls. However, in this second room, there is a bit more detail, but still undetailed tower walls and the floor. I can't describe what this map looks like, so the rating will strike low for now. I feel like I have some issues with the gameplay. I don't know how to describe this, especially with the map difficulty that is custom. This is like a insane to extreme difficulty. For now, the obstacles does not match the difficulty, so again the rating will strike low for now. I'm not sure if I can enjoy this map. It has a BGM that is unplayable, so maybe try picking a music from the Roblox library. I can't really see the whole gameplay of the map to enjoy it, as I can only get up to a certain point of it. Maybe the enjoyability of this map may strike in the middle for now. The BGM is not rated since it cannot play in the map. This is the third obby in the list. Talking about the design, I can see this first room is decently detailed, especially the wall on the left. And not to mention the spawn room is detailed too. It's more like a reactor type of facility. I feel like after those first two rooms, the next few sections of the map is where the walls are a bit bland and I can notice it. Maybe try improving the detail for the sections after the first two rooms. The gameplay is fair for this map, and I can agree to the difficulty being extreme, although my best attempt is only after the orange tower. I can see this as a high to peak extreme. The only issue I have is in the descending tower is where you can stay on the higher ground until the lava is fully lowered and just jump down from there. If you want to have a ramped difficulty extreme map, you can add a lava from the ceiling to make sure the player falls down onto each obstacle without dying from the lava above. This is my suggestion for gameplay improvement, but I can see this as a good map for gameplay. The enjoyability of this map. Yes, I really like this map, especially the BGM syncing with the flood for the first 3 rooms. Yes, there is a playable BGM, but I assume it will be copyrighted, so it won't play in the video. If you want to try the maps that are listed in this video, the IDs are in the description below. I really like this map. I can imagine this map being converted to just Escape. Also, I like the BGM too, so I can guarantee that my enjoyment in this map is a full-on 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, this Fourth Obby does not have anything, and it isn't related to AICAIo or TRIA.os at all. So, this is the Fifth Obby. This comment has 2 Obbies and 1 comment, which is not allowed for future episodes now. This will be the last video where you can see these comments. So let's start with AICAIo #4 first. The design right off the bat at the beginning isn't implemented very well here, and I can tell the map creator uses the same snap to grid for the whole map. If you don't know what snap to grid is, it is the length of the studs you can move and resize the part. By default, it is 0.5 studs, and I normally stick with it. As a map creator, I don't always use that increment. Usually I use 0.25 and 0.1 for alignment, 0.05 and 0.01 for detailing. So knowing that this map all uses the same increment, the design is not appealing to me. The gameplay is not implemented very well either. For the insane map, you can just skip some jumps, especially in this room. Also, the buttons aren't indicated properly in some rooms, so you don't know what a button looks like. Literally, this is more like gameplay venturing in rooms such as Escape Classic. For gameplay for an actual insane map, you may have to make sure it fits the difficulty and make sure the jumps are not skippable. This needs an improvement. So for the enjoyability, this map is boring, I gotta say. With the design and gameplay falling behind, I can't really seem to enjoy this map. The gameplay is boring, the design does not look appealing to me. What is the main theme of this map? I can't tell. This map's name is called Factory Image. I do not know what the map creator was going for with this map. It has no BGM, so it can't be rated. I can't seem to find any positive thing in this map, except for the theme, which is questionable. So overall, not a bad map, but it needs improvement. This is the other map of the second half of the comment. Let's review on the detail. Like Factory Image, this map has a broad design, in which I don't find appealing. There's barely any parts that form a cave woodland, so people cannot describe otherwise. It looks plain. If the map creator is able to have a higher part limit, they should detail more of the cave walls. Also, this outside bit here, the walls should be higher because it looks like the map is in the sky. This map should be improved. It is the same for the gameplay. The obstacles do look like easy difficulty, but where is the flood? I'm guessing it is slow to meet the criteria of the difficulty, but it needs to be obvious for the flood to be shown in the map. The gameplay is also boring, and I really have nothing else to say. Lastly, the enjoyability. It's most likely the same enjoyment as Factory Image. On the detailed map, boring gameplay. Try go to my 2020 speed tutorial. You will learn stuff relevant there. Anyway, this map is falling behind with the ratings. Again, BGM is not rated in this condition since there isn't one. This is the 6th Obby in the list, so let's get to the design. The design is pretty much basic. This map's name is called Boiling Springs, but this part looks like a valley. Try and put a slate texture as well as adding a smoke effect to look like it is actually a boiling springs. The lava has a vibrant color, maybe tone it down a bit to match with the theme. I like the aesthetic of the map, I just wanted to give suggestions to make it better, though it is still decent. The gameplay of this map, a pretty tight opinion on this, but this wall jump is janky to do because you can sometimes can't make a perfect landing unless it was converted to JFE. I guess it is fair for the difficulty insane for this map, although the first part feels like a hard difficulty. Nice experiment on using the zipline in the map. Therefore, the gameplay is decently solid in my rating. So enjoyability, you ask? So this map is work in progress, meaning this is unfortunately my full-on review for this map. It can't be reviewed again in a future episode. With that aside, I think I can enjoy this map, but not that much. This map has a simplistic design with decent gameplay. The detail in the map and the platforming can be improved. So this is my final review for this map, I guess. This is the 7th Obby in the list. Also the final Obby for the submission comments. The design of the map. I think it can be improved. Some walls are bland, and I think there should be use of detail that should take place. I don't know about the color correction having a contrast scheme. I mean, it's alright, but I think the lighting can be adjusted to fit the ambience of the facility more. Not sure what the map's theme is, as the map name is called The Finale. Anyway, the design is decent. As for the gameplay, I think it can be also improved as well. The first room is not that bad, but I have an issue with the second room. This room. When I first played this map with no BGM, I waited in this room after the button is pressed. At first, I thought the room was work in progress, but I keep dying to the lava. When I saw the door open, it was anonymous. How should I know when the door should open? Later, I figured out when the first door is fully closed, the door to the tower would open. Maybe try and add an indicator that is shown when the door should open. Right now, I can't hear the BGM, and it is unclear, especially for new people. The gameplay in the tower is not that bad, though. The enjoyability? In the middle, I would say. I have mixed feelings of this map. The first two rooms are boring, but when it comes to the tower section, I would enjoy it, even though I can't complete it in the video. As said previously, BGM is unplayable, so it's not rated. Alright, 8th Obby in the list, and the submissions are from Discord, which is the second half of all submissions. This one is from the same creator, so again we will do the first map. As for the design, of course this is a generic theme of the void, but it involves details that look like monorealm for some reason. So that's questionably interesting. Not a fan of the objects that have brick material. Not sure if it fits for a void map. I feel like this is experimental, but it is just how I see it for the design. I don't know about the gameplay in this map. This map is divine difficulty, but most of the jumps are pretty much easy and mind-bending at the same time. It's not the best gameplay, but I feel like some of it is crammed all in the first room. I am able to have fly throughout the obby, so there is a point I will just fly around to be on the lookout for good gameplay. Unfortunately, there isn't, and overall, it can be improved. So, do I enjoy this map? Not that much. But I'd say the gameplay is boring due to the music not playing and scattered gameplay with monorealm looking details that are all over the place, especially with the brick platforms. Also, I do not know where this map goes, so my rating is not as strong as the other two. This is the second half of the submission. Let's get reviewing on the design. The design is actually pretty solid. Describing that the map's name is Nuclear Meltdown, I can see this takes place in a sewer that contains contaminated nuclear liquid, but I'm not sure how to critique the design about the world meltdown. This next area does not match up with the color, however. Why is it white and it looks similar to the Call of the Void? As a result, this is a decent design. Now for the gameplay. In the first area, the gameplay is nicely implemented for a Valiant map, but as soon as you get to the next room, it may be confusing where to go. Some of the platforms are blind, especially the room is dark, so you can't see where to go. Maybe adding arrows, detail the platforms more so it can be seen, or adjust the lighting to make it a little brighter. These are suggestions to make it better. I will just keep my rating at bay for now. Do I enjoy this map? I think it is solid for the first part of the map only. Maybe if the gameplay can be improved, I might be able to enjoy it more. Especially when I sight read on where to go, the platforms are very unpredictable to land on. This is my rating. This is the 9th obby in the video, and it looks like it is a flood escape game obby. I'm gonna only do one map for now in this obby, but I might try other maps in the future. Right now I'm reviewing Grassy World, and first of all the design. Not a big fan of the design, not only grass material on the floor, but also on the walls. This looks like I'm in a grass box, but it is a questionable design choice for the map. Not a fan of the platforming either, the most likely blocky parts, not like platforms that use wedges, cylinders, and all kinds of other shapes that make up a platform. Could really use some other shapes in the map. Now the gameplay, I guess it is not that bad at all. This push block section is a unique feature used in this map, which I find interesting for gameplay in the hard map. Speaking of hard difficulty, the parkour does seem to fit nicely with the difficulty, especially the lava in some rooms, but not sure about the first room containing water that instant kills you. Also in this hallway room of some sort, I like the behavioral aspect of the wall lava that fills up the room and drains when you press the button at the end of the hallway. So I guess that's a win for the gameplay. To be honest, I find myself enjoying this map. The design is not the best, but the gameplay was good at first impression. Although I would find more enjoyment if the design was appealing to me, which would make players to play the map more. Not a fan of the BGM though. However, this map is still enjoyable with its gameplay only. Hopping over to the 10th obby, I'll get reviewing on the design. According to the name, this map's theme is inspired by the dystopian chapter in Enzo's timeline. We can see that the design consists of red and pink neon on the walls as well as lasers that are present with this facility. Because of the theme, the design is actually pretty well made, so I can see this as a win for design with this map. The gameplay is not bad either, especially for the first tower. The force field lava can barely be seen because my graphics quality and how I am on iPad recording this. However, my furthest attempt is only the second tower, which I do not know what to do except die to the lava. I am able to fly up the tower, but I see no obstacle or anything that can get me traverse up the tower. Unsure if this is work in progress, but this needs to be dealt with. Since design and gameplay do not fall behind, I have an increased interest for this map, which means I enjoy it. I like the design a lot, and the spark from the dystopian chapter as well as the gameplay for the first few rooms until up to my furthest attempt. The map creator needs to make use of the gameplay in that area. Anywho, this map is solid. The 11th Obby does not follow the FE2 and TRIA.os map Obby requirement. I'm not a J2H person, you have to follow the rules. The 12th Obby is unplayable, there is no other way you can get to play the map. I think the map creator forgot that he submitted a map for part 4 in Discord. Note to anyone who watches this video, if you think you submitted a map for the series, then do not erase or lock the obby, otherwise it will not be reviewed on and can end up having a map not featured in the video. Apparently there is another map made by the same creator from the previous obby, so we will review this one instead. This is playable and is a TRIA.os map. I can now review on this map's design. From what I can tell from the map name Solar Sector, maybe this map has orange neon that emits, but some of the rooms are just bland, especially the hallway. I noticed that there are a lack of material and wall details that fully represent the map. Maybe try adding them to make it look like a solar sector. I like the orange neon color though. Not sure about the gameplay as my furthest attempt is limited. But this is surely divine difficulty, as it seems to look like it. Although like some of temperature, I can't see the whole gameplay, so I'm not really 100% sure on it. So again, my rating is final. I'm unsure if I can enjoy this map and the whole gameplay. Due to the very limit, I can go further with my attempt. The detail is not that appealing as it is bland, so I can't really critique my enjoyment in this map. So my rating is not as strong here. Let's move on to the 13th Obby Overfrost, which I will talk about the design. By the looks of it, the design is phenomenal, as it speaks of its name, Overfrost. I like the cyan neon color and the emitting lights. However, similar with Solar Sector, there is lack of material and it is too dark. Maybe add more lights or slightly adjust the lighting in order to see it. This is my opinion on this obby and also a suggestion for improvement, so the map creator needs to consider this. The gameplay, not that great. Due to the map being dark, it is very unpredictable on where to go, especially when sight reading is crucial, and a lack of arrows are present in this map. I get that this is a Valiant map, which is probably my skill level limit, but this map is confusing. Try to add arrows, and again, possibly make the platforms more noticeable. This is not as strong as the design. So do I enjoy this map? Well, the detail and gameplay didn't exceed the higher ratings, so as a result, I would barely enjoy this map. The sound effects are cool in this map though. Just in this condition, even there is an unplayable BGM, it is almost boring. I would like to enjoy the whole gameplay of this map. I am unable to imagine my experience in this map with the BGM, so not as much as enjoyment intertwined. When I tried to load the 14th Obby, it said that it is an invalid ID, so unfortunately that will be the ending of this video. To end off this video, I would like to say that this took me just a long time to edit, almost equivalent to how long I edited the 2023 tutorial, so I hope it was worth it for being prioritized over everything else. Remember, I'm not accepting submissions in the YouTube comments anymore. There is a form for you in the description and in the pinned comment for you to submit your obby. There are more rules provided inside the form, so it will be fair for everyone for the obby to be in an episode. I hope you enjoyed this video and of course have a nice day.